all emotion is past. One way to tell whether you're living in the past is to see if I am emotional, I who am listening to these words in that body. If ever I am emotional, I am living in the past. So you'll always be able to tell. Now, of course, it is obvious that I can only drink a glass of water in the present. So my thirst can only be quenched in the present. It will never be thirst by thinking about a glass of water. In fact, that will exacerbate the pain of absence or of thirst of water if I think about it. So whenever I am feeling emotional, which means disturbed, does it not? Then I am attached or relating to the past. The present is never emotional. I am never emotional in the present. For instance, if I am joyous, and I can only be joyous in any moment, can't I? I can only be joyous now. Because joy is always now. You can't be joyous in the past. If you think about when you were joyous in the past, you are emotional, because you are thinking about the past. If you were thinking how beautiful it was to be with your partner or someone else 4 days ago, that beauty, which at the time was in the present, when you think about it, is now in the past. And it will come back by the law and bite you. That thought about how good it was in the past will activate the past, and the past will rise up in you as an emotion of loss or absence, and I will suffer. I will get emotional and feel that I am bereft of that which I had then, now. Beauty, as I have frequently told you, but I don't have to tell you this, I tell you only so that you can see it in your experience. Beauty, like drinking a glass of water, which is beautiful, isn't it, in the sensory sense when you're having it, is now. It is not emotion. To have a glass of water when you're thirsty is to say, that's good. Ah, lovely. That's in the present. There's no past in that. But if I were to think about it next minute, I would put the glass of water, the delight of it, in the past, and it would become, the past would become emotion. That delight would then be emotional. Beauty, joy, wonder, privilege, gratitude, sweetness, love, tenderness, rightness, truth are all in the present. There is no emotion attached to them whatever. If there is, you have put whatever that facet of truth is in the past. From this it follows that if all emotion is the past, then all thought must be of the past. And the reason for this is that all thought comes out of emotion. All thought arises from the past. And the thought tries to find the cause. Tries to find the cause of the emotion that gave birth to it. Tries to look at everything but the real cause of the emotion. Because thought will never eliminate itself. So it looks at 99.9% of all the reasons, thinking. What is the answer to this? Where do I come from? What is the solution to the universe? What is this law of love? What is the law of science? Always looking for red herrings, because it can never eliminate itself. So thought will never ever lead you to the truth. And you can say to me, as many people do, isn't it good to reflect on what I have done, what I did, and learn the lessons from that? And I say no. That is not good, even though in your experience it works. It is not good because things have moved on. I have brought a new energy, a new teaching to this earth. And you are frequently with me, many of you people here. And it is only a habit that you have got into, a selfish, emotional habit of needing to go over what you had done to learn where you went wrong. That's a habit. It is not the truth. There is no need to reflect on anything whatever that I have done, because implicit in my mature experience of my body and my being is the knowledge of what I have done. I must give up this thinking thing, this reflective thing, this thing that wants to find out why I was emotional in a sense of thinking about it or looking into it. The only question is not in the past. There is no question in the past. The question is, am I emotional now? That's the only question. If you try to look at why you were emotional yesterday, or what the source of your emotion is now, in terms of going right back into your past, you'll get lost. Then you will have to go to the psychologists or the therapists or someone to help you out. When you are responsible, or when I am responsible, I do it. So the question is, am I emotional now? And the question then is, what am I emotional about now? Not yesterday. What am I emotional about now? That will reveal the emotion that is in my body, the emotional symbol, whether it be my mother, my father, my job, my accommodation, my striving to find God, whatever it is, that will reveal the emotion or symbol that is living in my body. Of course it won't be my mother. That's silly. My mother, I don't even know where I've got a mother if she's not here, because that would mean I'd have to think about her. And as I've said, all thought is in the past, and that is ignorance. But my emotion about my mother is a bit of living past that is in my body now if I am disturbed about my mother or I have not got it right with her. That's living me, living self. That's what you have to face. If I am disturbed or emotional now, what am I disturbed about now? And that leads down into my own self, where I can locate a little blob of past, living self that is saying, I am unhappy. And if I keep looking at that living past in me, it will reveal itself. I am unhappy about my mother, my father, my dad, my job, my relationship with something, or my lover. Then I have to be very, very honest, which is another unique thing that I have introduced to this world. Honesty. Then I have to be very honest. And I have to say, what is wrong with my relationship? What am I doing? Where am I not giving? Where am I expecting or taking? That takes great honesty. Because myself, my mind, won't be honest. It will avoid identifying that. It will try to find all other reasons, but won't find the cause of its own, or the source of its own destruction.